Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a man who's becoming an elder statesman among quarterbacks in the league. Drafted back in 2004. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
First carry for James Conner. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
On second down, it's Conner, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We'll look now at our starting defense. This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. From the 39, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger will throw. And it's brought in by Washington.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 14 carries, 57 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got a vote. I've got a vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Wentz. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. To throw is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw, it's Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Wentz got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting the lead, so you're not playing that way. You can't go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And along with the rest of his offensive mates, here comes Zach Ertz. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, you either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out and detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards. Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd and 10, Wentz. Sanders has it over the middle. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. Throwing on first is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time. Throwing now is Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
And it'll be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Able to find Switzer, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Like 20. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. You can't block me. You can't block me.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Wentz now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Saquon Barkley, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. In that matchup, all even in their battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Wentz now on first down. The Sanders has got it complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders, and they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. On first and 10, here's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Now Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. And it's second down. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Washington's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run on first down. Connor, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Elliott now to add the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage. Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Ben leaves to counter on the draw. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great. And defensively, a backbreaker. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10. I would expect to see some pressure here. And the blitz does come.
That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Roethlisberger will throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
So now Wentz and the Eagles down 21-20, 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's complete to Sanders. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. He's back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to throw. Wentz. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Yeah,
and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And now it's second down.
Here we go. Like 80. I'm coming.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Roethlisberger to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Connor. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming.
A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Nothing easy about that one in these elements in the snow, but he's able to put it home in what looks to be the game winner.
And, you know, I had problems with the footing just walking from the bus to the stadium. I can't imagine being called to kicking this stuff with the game on the line. But he appeared to have 0 issues whatsoever.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, they do finish things out with a victory here in the final week, but the victories were few and far between as they'll end the year 5-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
All right, so this is the end of the Madden League uh, Season 15 Franchise Mode 2019. I'd like to thank all viewers for following the Eagles, and of course, online coach myself, Big Kurt Lloyd Green, on our journey and our quest to try to make the Super Bowl and the playoffs. Great news is we have made the playoffs, and of course, I will tell you who I will be facing. So we'll have the playoffs happening soon. The Eagles, we did make the playoffs. I'm shocked we made it. Our season record ended at 8-8. Of course, this was all Madden level. The level that I played this time around was all Madden level, as you can see here. Okay, and competitive level. So meaning I played on the hardest level. The season before last, season 14, the Eagles, we actually won the Super Bowl. And we clinched our division the whole nine. But we still, this season 15, we still got the AFC title. And we'll be hosting one of our first playoff games home. But we're 8-8 and we still clinched our division. So, I'm still excited about that. At 8-8, that was still what we needed. So we won the Cincinnati game. That's the game that we needed. We needed that win, that last one we got home. The Steelers win, I knew it was in between. We could have won it still, but we lost by one. I messed up on the field goal. But I knew the Steelers win was going to be in between, okay? The Eagles, we got the playoff spot. See, we got the Y. We got in 8-8. And the Cowboys had 2 ties, and I think that's why the Cowboys didn't make it. The Giants are 8-8. I don't know the situation with them. I'll come back to that. The Cowboys are 7-7. I don't think they made the playoffs. I think we got the playoff spot because we made it in 8-8. Now, to me, my season this time around, season 15, to me seems realistic with the Eagles, with the situation where they might make the playoffs 8-8, or they might get in 7-9. Of course, if they beat the Cowboys this week. But anyway, this is NFC East Eagles. We won the division. Cowboys 7-2, 2 ties. Giants 8-8. The Redskins 4-12. Now I think with the Giants, they got an 8-8 record like us, but we beat the Giants in the regular season. I think 2 times in a row, and I think that's why we moved up. Arizona Cardinals, they're going to have the number 1 spot all playoffs. They end the season 13-2. The Rams finish their season; they'll be in at 10-6. Seahawks will be in the playoffs, 10-6. All right. That's NFC West, right? So you saw the NFC East. Let's go NFC South. New Orleans Saints will be in the playoffs, no doubt. 12-4 season record. Falcons will be in it at 10-6. The Panthers 9-7. I gotta check it out to see if they're in or not. Buccaneers 3-12. They won't be in it. Okay. The Bears, they'll be in the playoffs, 10-6. So that should be good. They'll be in the playoffs. The Packers, we'll see. I don't know. I gotta go back and check. Packers are 8-8. They finished with the same record that the Eagles that we had, but we got in the playoffs past the Packers. So, and we had the same records as the Packers. Detroit Lions 6-10. They didn't make it. Vikings 13-3. We know they didn't make it. That's NFC North. Then we got the Okay, let's go start out with AFC West. Chiefs made the playoffs 11-5. Chargers, they should be in at 9-6-1. Raiders, no, 6-10 they finished. Broncos finished, I think, 3-11. That's AFC West. AFC East. Dolphins 8-8. Jets, no, they didn't make it. 7-8-1. Bills, they finished their season 5-10-1. Patriots 5-11. That's AFC East. Indianapolis Colts will be in the playoffs, 12-4. I think they're going to be the top seed in the AFC West. Colts. Jacksonville Jaguars, they're in the playoffs. Hopefully their quarterback is Nick Foles. I like Nick Foles. Jacksonville is 10-6. They'll be in the playoffs. The Texans, their season record 10-6. They're gonna be in the postseason. Titans, they won't be in. The Bengals, they're gonna be in the playoffs. The Cincinnati Bengals will be in. They're gonna be in at 9-6-1. Hopefully, the Ravens hopefully should be in 8-7-1. The Cleveland Browns, no, they won't be in the playoffs. 7-8-1. That matched the real season. And of course, the Steelers, they beat the Eagles. They beat us, but they still didn't make the playoffs. They 5-11. All right, that's AFC North, right? Well, what was that? That's AFC North. Okay. All right, we went through all those divisions. Okay, and that should be all. Okay, that's it. All right. I'd like to thank all viewers for tuning in once again, watching all 7 weeks of franchise mode of the Madden League, season 15, 2019. We're closing this season, 15th anniversary franchise mode. And I'd like to thank YouTube for your support in keeping my channel alive and the work that the YouTube community does in order to keep my gaming channel good. The updates that the YouTube community gives me, I'd like to thank you so much. Continue to send me more information and updates and things like that. So that way I can get more better ideas on bringing good sports content. All right. Shout out to all my viewers, my subscribers, those who subscribe to me and those who don't subscribe to me. Thank you for your support anyway. If anybody want to check out any sports, I got a Facebook called Joe Price Hall of Fame. That's all my championship live streams on that Facebook. Or you can go to my regular Facebook, Joe Price. Okay? And you can go on that Facebook. You can see content on there. And then sports collages. I did a lot of sports collages on Facebook to match some of my Facebook posts and my YouTube posts. Every live stream season game that I do on YouTube, I also have a Facebook collage, sports collage. That's pretty hot. If you like sports collages, that matches my live stream season games that I do. Because all I really do is franchise mode. In terms of the Madden, the baseball, MLB, NHL, and NBA. I do racing car, sports, NASCAR. I love that. I've done the UFC. I've done some tennis. I've also done skiing. I love steep. I love the winter games. So, there's a lot of other sports I like. I like jet skiing. I like the snow skiing. I also like the skiing pipe. The ski competition, the surfboard competitions in terms of snowing, and summertime surfing. So, just overall, just putting out a little info of the sports I like, and hopefully the sports you'll see on this channel. All right. Bowling. I've also done bowling. I'm a fan of that. But on that note, the next time I'll be doing any Madden live stream, I will be doing the 15th anniversary live stream of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we will have our first game at home. That's a surprise. At 8-8, we still clinched the division, and we're going to have our first game home. But the question is, who do we play at home? That's going to be the question. But it's a pretty good opponent. I would say it's a pretty good opponent. So it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited about it. I hope you are. So stay on the lookout for Madden Season 15 2019 first round wildcard playoff games. I will have coming in this coming week or the next. I'll start my 15th anniversary season of the franchise mode. Once again, I'd like to thank all supporters, and I'll see you in the next one.